Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at Polkadot. So I've not really looked at this before, and the reason I'm looking at this now is because the free trading fees on Bityard this Friday, which start for me on Thursday evening, this week is going to be Polkadot. So I want to try and make some decent moves on Polkadot without paying any fees. So I'm going to try and work out what is likely to happen, because it starts technically tomorrow at about 4 o'clock, so I want to try and capitalize on that. Which direction are we going to go? So when we're looking at this on the daily, and again we're only day trading this on the free fees thing, this isn't a long-term thing, but what we've got to understand is that this is basically did a parabolic move and is basically in a consolidation phase as a result of that parabolic move. That huge launch move went basically 238%, which is basically a big deal. So what does this mean right now for the price? Well, what we see here is we see big wicks coming down, but we do see higher highs and higher lows. Technically, we don't have a higher high from this level. What we really need to see is a higher high being printed, hopefully today, if not tomorrow. Otherwise, what we'll be doing is we'll be looking at doing a scalping range on this during that free trading session. So we are currently still above and remaining to be above the centre of the Bollinger Band on the daily, and we've got MACD crosses with histograms expanding. The money flow index is safe. The RSI is it's bullish, but it's a bit wobbly. This basically is an extremely volatile asset. So when these candles don't look like much, but they really are. I mean, they really are. From this top to this bottom, that was a 16% move. Even today, if we were to look at that retracement there from the price action we're at right now, it's just short of 5%. So it's extremely volatile, which is good. That's what we want, especially with no fees. So when we zoom into it, let's have a look, because we'll be looking to essentially trade this on a 15-minute chart to work out what's going on. On the 15-minute chart, it would appear that as it stands right this second, we are being supported on this 200 exponential moving average, but everything is facing down. So with Bitcoin price moving up at the moment, it does to me look as though the dominance is likely to increase, and that this will probably dump for today. We'll break down beneath here, but there's a lot of buying pressure in the market at the moment. So yeah, this is being held up at the moment, but I don't think it will last. I think it will come back down. So I think when we start this trading session tomorrow, unless there's an enormous buying back session take place, I think this will have probably dumped a little further and be bought back. Now the areas to be buying back today, aren't really relevant, but what we've got to understand is that this does seem to respect that trend line, and being above that trend line is good. As you can see, when we broke above it here, we launched, and now we're coming back down to test it. I would really like to see this hold for tomorrow. It's much easier going long at the moment in a bull market than going short, but there will be days where shorting is definitely the most logical thing to do. So we'll have to revisit this tomorrow before the trading session starts, and I'll make a video about that before it starts to work out what is likely to happen. So Bitcoin to me looks like it's reached its top. I'd be very, very, very surprised if it comes any further higher than this. So this might be an opportunity now for anyone to take profits on anything. If we did expand and blow out from this, then it's likely to not be good for alts anyway. This to me seems a little, it's been incremental steps all the way up to this top of this blue box with Bitcoin. So I think, let's have a look on the 15-minute chart, riding it up here. I would be surprised if we did take it any further than that. The main reason I say that is because when we go to the daily and we look at the RSI, and we'll just zoom in on it here, we're basically having bearish divergence on that. So that to me means, in many ways, one of many things, that it's not quite ready yet to break out of this zone. Now if it did break out of the zone, we would be into the 16,000 area, no problem. 16,250, 16,665 I believe is the top, I would say, before a new local top is printed. It doesn't look very convincing to me. So I think that this is likely to bring everything down when Bitcoin gets rejected from there. So I think that this area is going to break, and we'll have to reassess the situation tomorrow. Overall though, with Polkadot, we are in a consolidation phase that cannot be ignored, which means that, you know, after going parabolic, consolidation could continue further down. So yes, there's volatile moves up, and there's obviously going to be big moves down. We are in this red Ichimoku cloud. We're rejected from the top of it there. You know, it's a difficult one to chart for in anticipation for the trading session tomorrow. But what I would say is that there is a lot of buying pressure in the market, but you really do need to keep your eye on Bitcoin and keep your eye on these top areas. So the top basically for Bitcoin is roughly around 15,750 roughly. If we get to that level and we're not looking particularly strong, and if this happens again tomorrow, if that level gets reached again at this small incremental phase like we are doing right now, then it might be you know, it might be selling pressure for that trading session. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there. Thank you for watching. Set up your Bityard account if you haven't already, because the trading sessions begin every Friday. Technically, for me, it's in the UK. That's like Thursday evening from 4 or 5. And there's basically no fees, so you can really cash in. You make a lot of money doing lots of short scalps, high leveraged moves with no fees whatsoever. Anyway, thank you for watching. Take it easy.